Morning guys, John Jones, Reddish Rascals here. Haley's doing some stuff at home today with our propagators and stuff, so I'll show you that another day what we've been doing. So I'm just down the plot this morning to remove the glass from my greenhouse on my new plot so that I can eventually move it. And so I'll show you what the greenhouse looks like and where it's located on the plot so you get a better idea. So guys, this is the greenhouse that I'm going to be taking all the glass out today, and it's going to be moved out of the way because neighbours want this tree taken down. I started it last year, but it got too sketchy over the greenhouse, so I'm taking the greenhouse down, taking the tree down eventually, not all today, and the greenhouse is going to be repositioned eventually where the shed is that was broken into. So that shed is going to be donated to a fellow plot holder, and I'm going to build a new shed like I did with the other one, which is a lot more secure and safe, so for what I want to do in there anyway. So big projects ahead. Also all the ground has to be flagged, leveled, so that we can build the new shed here where the greenhouse situates now. So without further ado, I'm going to pause and then record a bit as I get bits done, tell you any problems that I've encountered and how I've gone about it. Okay, speak to you soon, bye. Hi again. 1 week later from when I first did this recording about taking the greenhouse apart and removing all the glass, I learned a few things. First, do not try and take glass out when there's a frost and the water's frozen, because you will crack several panes of glass, as I did in the roof. So I stopped and went home after the first recording. It was too cold, I couldn't feel my fingers, and was breaking glass. As I found out, the previous owner of the greenhouse had siliconed the glass to the aluminium frame, so that was why I was having problems, as well as the cold and the frost holding the overlapping pieces of glass together. Also, I would recommend having a few items to help you remove clips and the glass. First of all is triple cut gloves, which are what you see workmen using. They're called triple cut because they're meant to take 3 cuts from a Stanley knife to actually go through them. So when you're handling glass, it's always good. You can buy specialist glass gloves, but they're rather chunky and they're quite knobbly and bobbly, so you can't be as delicate with greenhouse glass, which is only about 3mm thick. The triple cut really help. I actually also used a pointing trowel or a small trowel, as these were really good for getting the clips out and also to get in between the glass and the frame to loosen the silicone. So I'm going to turn the camera around now and show you how it looks with all the glass out, and go through a few steps that I'll be taking next weekend hopefully, or maybe tomorrow depending on family commitments. So here we go. So as you can see, all the glass is now removed. All the windows and the doors have been taken off. I have a big bag of clips which you want to keep together, and then I'll walk this way around the greenhouse where it's south facing and it's behind the hedge and it's got a little fence. So this is where I stored all the glass. The those shaped glass pieces are in one pile with other pieces. So the next thing to do will be to unsecure, well, release it from the wooden frame that it is screwed into. As you can see there's screws keeping it onto the wooden frame, and then when that's all released and it's free, we're going to move all the stuff that was behind it that I'm using for building the new shed, etc. I'm going to move it, and we're going to take the greenhouse that way, because this apple tree is a really good producer and we don't want to damage it. So we'll take it that way across the plot, and we're going to take it down there and put it over the far end of Haley's plot to where the rhubarb is, and then put some flags on it to keep it secure while I then level and flag this area, which is going to be a job and a half. But that's where the greenhouse is now, is where the shed's going to go, because it gets shelter and shade in the summer from the apple tree, and that's what happens with the greenhouse. So we're not actually getting full sunlight, so it can put our crops back a bit. So the greenhouse is eventually going to be repositioned where the old shed is, and the old shed is going to go to one of our plot neighbours, like I said before. Anyway, that's all for this week from the Reddish Rascals, and hope to see you soon. Bye from John Paul and Hayley.